welcome to Crafting Unedited. My name is Sierra, and you may know me as a crazy Cricut crafter, whatever. I am a very big crafting crazy person. So today I wanted to hop on here and tell you about just how easy it is to create adhesive vinyl decals. This is probably the easiest Cricut craft you could start with. Reality is it's one of the most popular ones as well. So knowing how to do this and knowing the proper steps and to create these beautiful decals and really fun decals is very important, especially for a new or beginner Cricut crafter. You can use these same steps for Silhouette and other cutting machines. However, I don't know those softwares. So the only software that I know and am familiar with is Cricut Design Space. So that is where we're going to start. And then I'm going to show you how to use the transfer tape or contact paper. I'll go over what types of vinyl that I use and we'll go from there. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get started over in Design Space. First, you're going to need a few tools. You're going to need a felt-sided scraper tool, which looks like this. You can use a hard side or the felt side, or you can even use the Cricut scraping tool, which mine is buried over there somewhere, but either one will work. I just like to use the felt-sided one because then it does not damage my decals. Or the surface that it's going on. Don't mind my hair. I don't know what's going on. It's doing something weird today. Anyways, so scraper tool. You will need some adhesive vinyl. I get my vinyl from a company called JPI Blanks. It's pretty impressive. It works really, really well, and it is so easy to weed. Weeding is life when you are a crafter using vinyl. Just trust me on this one. And some of those vinyls, man, weeding it is so time consuming and tasking and stressful. I have ruined and wasted so much vinyl not having the right stuff. So the stuff that I will be using is from JPI Blanks. I can drop a link in the description for you so that you have the exact kind that I will be using. And you can use the same one. That felt-sided scraper tool is from JPI Blanks as well, so go ahead and get you one of those. You're also going to need some weeding tools. You will need one of these bad boys. This is a weeding hook tool. So what it does is it has a little pinpoint here where you just kind of tap into the vinyl and pull back, and then you can use your hands from there. But this makes life so much easier when weeding decals. You can also use, they have weeding tweezers, weeding pens, an abundance of other weeding tools. You can get some at the Dollar Tree even too. So they don't have to be Cricut brand. Granted, Cricut has some really awesome tools, and if one of them breaks, all you have to do is reach out to member services and they will get on it. Trust me, I had some. Actually, my one weeding tool broke very recently. They sent me a new one. They actually sent me a 2-pack with a scraper tool as well, which was pretty sweet. They also have replaced some infusible ink that came damaged. All you have to do is let them know, and as long as it's a Cricut product and you have an order number from them or from an authorized dealer, Cricut dealer, they'll send you a replacement pretty quickly. You just have to be a little bit patient with them right now. You know, with the pandemic, they're still just as busy as everyone else getting all the crazy crafters their stuff. So hang tight, but they will be with you. They will help. All right, let's go over to Design Space and get started on the design for our decal. Alrighty, so I am in my Design Space on my MacBook, and this is kind of where you're going to start, except for you're not going to have these images on your screen. I selected these because they're so adorable. I love gnomes, and I have a dear friend who loves gnomes as well, so I am going to make some little gnome decals, and that's going to be the image that I'm going to use today. If you are a beginner, I would highly advise to start with something a little less complex. All these little tiny pieces are going to drive you crazy, and if you're not familiar with it, it could end in catastrophe. So for you beginners, and don't worry, I've been there. I've also resorted back to going not complex before because it's just annoying. So you're gonna go over to your images here on the left-hand side, and you're just gonna select, I just typically go to all images. So first, it's going to take you to a screen that looks like this if you haven't already started searching for an image. Then what I like to do for, not very complex, just kind of something random, I will just go to browse all images right there, and you can see lots of crazy things pop up. It is fall, so you're going to see a lot of fall related, a lot of pandemic related, and that's just how Cricut rolls. They will keep the most popular in-season images right here on Design Space. And actually, this is one of the first decals I created because it's super easy. It's just a donut with some sprinkles on it. It's pretty cool. What is this thing? Oh, it's a candy apple. Poison apple. Just kidding. That is not candy apple. That is a poison apple. So it is September and we're going into fall, so there's going to be fall related, Halloween related. You might see some Christmas stuff in here already. Lots and lots and lots and lots of images. Something super easy would be that donut, or nothing with little tiny letters in it. You might lose your mind. This could be okay. It depends on how big you're making it. Don't even try these. Not yet. If you're a beginner, you're not there yet. This is an easy one. I've done this a few times. Same with this palm leaf. This is adorable. Antlers. I've done all these super easy ones. So if you're a beginner, go for the beginner easy ones. Don't frustrate yourself. Here's a really easy, good one. But if you're not a beginner and you want something a little bit more complex, go for it. Don't be afraid of it. Just do it. Worst case, you waste a little bit of vinyl. Crafting, as I stated before and many other times, it is all trial and error. So go through here, find an image that you like, and just select it. So I'm actually just going to go back up here and find a random gnome and just show you how to put it in there. So I actually don't want that one. I actually really like this, where I like that be kind in sign language. We'll make that be kind in sign language. We'll put that on here too, because why not? All right, so here we have our decals. For cups, I typically stick between 3 and 4 inches by 3 and 4 inches. So you can go either way, 3 to 4 inches this way, 3 to 4 inches this way, 3 to 4 inches that way, it really doesn't matter. You do not want to go any smaller, especially, well, with these mainly. You can, if you're just doing like a simple heart, you can make it as big as you want to fit on your decal. I'll show you guys how to measure when we jump back over to me in person. So now that we have our images, I'm going to go ahead and size them to fit what I think where I want them. So my gnomes are going on my tumbler here that I have. And I have just about 3 inches at the top side, and I could probably go about 3 or 4 inches wide. So this may not be the best image for this cup because they are 4.7, so almost 5 inches tall. So if I did 5 inches tall, my gnomie's hat would be all the way at the top, and its feet would all the way at the bottom. Which wouldn't typically be an issue, but the cup has a curve to it, so. And then if I make him too small, these little fine lines, I could do him. Let's do him for 3 inches. 3 inches tall. I think. See how much smaller that is? See all those little lines? It's going to be fun to read. All right, so we'll leave him bigger, because he's got these little things going on in his shirt, this little plaid thing going on. That won't be easy to weed. And this will go down to 4.5. I might actually put this on my cup because it's just so cute. It's just so cute. and it says be kind, which everybody should take that advice and just be kind. Oh, I didn't need to measure. I wanted to go that way, 3 inches. There we go. All right, so once you've got your images together and measured the way that you want them, we're just going to take this down to 4 because, you know, OCD gets the best of me. Oh, you could do that. How fun is that? But that won't fit on my cup. All right, so anyways, moving on. We'll go over to make it. And then you will put your images however you want them. I did not realize that was a different color. So I'm going to go ahead and move object, move it over to the same mat. One mat. I always try to stick to using one single mat. Regardless of colors of vinyl, if you want to use different colors of vinyl, what I suggest is you just move the gnomes or move your images that you want in different colors to a solid part of the mat. So we have this in the top left corner, this in the top right corner, this in the bottom left corner. Put one here, put one here. Just make sure that when you're putting your decal or your vinyl on your mat that it is in the right areas. So Cricut Snap Mat is really awesome. However, it only works if you're using a tablet or phone. Does not work if you're using a computer. So then from there, you'll click continue. Turn your machine on, because you know that's really important to do. Because if not, you'll get this message. Alright, maker. So your base material you will select is premium vinyl. If you do not have it selected as your favorites, you'll just go over to browse all materials. You'll type in vinyl and hit enter. And all of this vinyl will show up. If you are using glitter vinyl, I highly, highly, highly recommend using this frosted glitter setting. Glitter vinyl can be a major pain in the rear end, so highly recommend using frosted glitter. Now, if you want to use holographic vinyl, look through my videos and look up holographic vinyl tutorial because that will change your life. Look at that video first and then go to the holographic vinyl. It is the most annoying thing you'll find. Just trust me on this one. If you're using it for a sign, you'll go to premium outdoor vinyl because if you're using like Oracle 651, it is a thicker vinyl, so you need to have a little bit more of a density when cutting. So for today, I'm just going to select premium vinyl. Sometimes, not always, if you have a complex image like the gnomes are, which I might actually just go ahead and do this, you can select what's called washi sheet. It is just an all-around good cut setting, and it gets into those complex little cuts a little bit easier than the vinyl. So you choose which one you think will be best. If you have something with a little bit more complexity and it's smaller, then use the washi sheet setting. Alrighty, so we are going to jump back over to the mats and the maker, and we'll go make our decal. See you in a moment. All right, and I'm back. So what you're going to want to have on hand is your vinyl measured to the way that it fits, your Cricut mat, and some transfer tape. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your vinyl on the mat in the same direction and area that it is on your design space mat. So I've got the Be Kind image up in the top left here. And I don't remember which way that I had it. And that should be 4 by 4 up in the top corner. These are just some scraps. And this one is not long enough. Whoopsie. I measured wrong. Give me 1 second. Darn. There we go. Scraps for days, y'all. Scraps for days. This one might be good. I need it to be 4.5 and I only measured 4. There we go. 4.5. And then my Nomies, I ended up stacking them on top of each other to kind of fit a little better. So this is going right above 5. Yeah. And I am using a strong grip mat. You can use a standard grip mat. This is just what I grabbed. You're going to take your scraper, or if you have a brayer tool, and just kind of get that vinyl on there. Make sure that it's good to go. And then you're going to see how I have this in the top corner. This is for the Be Kind. This is for my gnomes. That, my friends, is how you save some time and mats. All right, I've got my fine point blade in there, and I'm just going to hit the arrows and let that cut. This may take a little while, so I am not going to make you sit here and listen to me talk through this process. See you in a second. All right, and I am back. So what I've done is I already saved you guys a little bit of time, and I weeded out my gnome. I only did one because the other one was, this was a pain in the butt already. As I stated in the previous video, that having a complex image such as this, as soon as my camera focuses, it has all these little grid lines in his hat. And if it wasn't for these weeding tweezers from JPI Blanks, I would not have been able to complete this. It was crazy. Same thing with the Be Kind decal. I thought that it would be easy. I was wrong. So just take my advice. Where the little fingers are, where the lines are, like right here and right here. Again, if it wasn't for these bad boys, it would have been a catastrophe. All right, so what I've already did is I have a couple of sheets of transfer paper or contact paper already cut up for you. And I'm actually just going to trim it down to a little bit smaller here. And how I measure this is I just kind of, it's see-through, so I just kind of use that. This, what I'm using, it's called Contact Brand Contact Paper. I love this stuff, and this is the brand. It says Contact Brand Contact Paper. I love it. It's super easy to use. It's not crazy sticky, so it does pick up the vinyl, but it doesn't pick up anything else, and it's easy to transfer. So I'm just going to peel off the backing here. I did put my decal back onto my mat, like so, and that is how I'm going to possibly put struggle bus. Put this onto my decal. So basically I start from the top and I just take my scraper tool and kind of scrape my way down, making sure that it's super flat and right on top of my image with no bubbles, no flops, none of that madness. And then I just take the scraping tool on top and leave it, trim it down. Just like that. Now, so this has the contact paper on top of it already, so when I'm ready to use it, I will just peel it off of the backing and apply it to whatever I'm going to put it on. I'm not going to put it on anything just yet because I'm not 100% sure on where I want to put it. And it is a permanent vinyl, so I don't want to be stuck with it. So for now, we're just going to leave it like that. And then you do the same thing with your other decals. Now, you can use things like Scotch packing tape. I use that quite often for some of my decals as well. I use that for some of the glitter decals too. So another pointer, if you're using the glitter decal or the glitter vinyl from Cricut, I highly recommend using the Cricut Strong Grip Transfer Tape. Reason being is this stuff and that is not strong enough for that stuff. I actually prefer to not use Cricut brand glitter for the primary reason of it is just a pain in the butt. It is pretty, but it's just a pain in the butt. I am all for simplicity and quality, so having both is a beautiful thing. Now, you don't have to be spot on the image with your contact paper. So see, I have a little extra here at the bottom that doesn't have contact paper on it. No biggie. I did have a little extra laying around here somewhere. I had a little extra sheet. But basically, you're just going to take another little strip, or just leave it as is because it's already got most of the image on there, and kind of go from there. My point was, if it's like this, where it's hanging off just a smidgen, you'll be all right. It doesn't have to cover the whole thing. If you're more comfortable with covering the whole thing, then just get another little extra piece of scrap of contact paper and put it right there on the bottom, and you'll be good to go. Now, when you're ready to apply your decal, you'll want to make sure that you have scraped, the decal down, and make sure that when you pull it up from the backing, that it is stuck like so. And you'll do that from the corner back, and then when you adhere it to, if you're putting it on your cup, you'll start from the center, work your way out, or stop from the center, work your way out. And you want to make sure that you prep your area by using a alcohol pad or a cloth with alcohol on it. Just rub it on there very briefly, very lightly. Let it completely dry, and then take a lint-free cloth, make sure that there's nothing underneath it, and then just slap that decal on there, and you're good to go. It's that simple. I know this was kind of a long video for something so simple, right? But I wanted to show you all of the tips and tricks as well, so that way you have them. Alrighty, so that's that. That is how you create a decal with your Cricut with adhesive vinyl. You can use a removable vinyl for this as well, so if you want to put it on like your maker or your mirror or your wall and you don't want to be stuck with it for life, then you just use removable vinyl. Same concept, same exact process. You just create it, cut it, and apply it. That's it. Super easy, right? All right, so make sure that you subscribe to my channel. I love you, and I love teaching you guys. I love the comments that you leave. Let me know what kind of stuff you want to learn. If I'm missing anything, let me know that as well. I'll get back on that, and then I'll do lots more tutorials for you. Until next time, my crazy crafters, we will see you later.